against newly promoted sides. Well, let's look at a couple of the players. Natasha Flint, centre forward for Leicester City, isolated last week. She has 23 goals within 45 games, 20 in the promotion season. It's a hard task for her, though, playing up front alone. They play a 5-4-1 formation, and I don't think they'll change that. Ashley Plumtree hit a post last week, was concussed, went off, has been passed fit to play today, the Nigerian international. And just watch out for Shannon O'Brien, the former Coventry Aston Villa player. Only missed a couple of games. She'll play on the wide right-hand side. She's a feisty player, has picked up 6 yellow cards this season. Gregory will probably be on the other side, might be young Missy Gregory. Well, Vivian Miedemar will be in a more creative role again today for Arsenal. She's been playing in a deeper role this season, one shy of 20 goals in all competitions, mind you, and the record holder for WS goals. Kim Little, so creative, so dangerous today. 12 goals for her from midfield and 111 in her 2 spells at the club. One of the most creative players in the history of WSL football. And let's have a look to see how this fixture fits in with the rest of the weekend for you. Yesterday, or today I should say, Manchester United 0-0 with Brighton Hove Albion after 13 minutes. Yesterday it was West Ham United 0, Manchester City 2. 2 goals there for City. Georgia Stanway after 8 minutes, and Khadija Shaw with a header just past the hour. No goals, Birmingham City against Everton. That virtually dooms Birmingham. They have 5 points. Leicester above them have 12. Spurs against Villa a little bit later on in the afternoon, and then this evening Chelsea against Reading. Chelsea 41 points, and they lead Arsenal in the table. So Arsenal, for the first time in a long while, are playing catch-up, and Chelsea significantly have the better goal difference as well. There really is a tussle to get into the Champions League positions with Manchester United and Manchester City neck and neck. That table is as it stands, by the way, with Manchester United's point, as it were, against Brighton 0-0 there as the game ticks on. Well, it's great that Leicester City play their WSL games at the King Power Stadium when the men aren't in action in this stadium. It is a really positive move for the club. The majority of fans will be away to the right-hand side of your picture and away into the corner. They are travelling fans, they are the Arsenal supporters, and I would say they outnumber the home supporters who, well, possibly won't want to return, having suffered that defeat against Chelsea last week. They got off to a really dreadful start in the match. Brighton and Kerr and England, and they were 3-0 down in 7 minutes, 4-0 down in 11 minutes, and it just got worse and worse as the afternoon went on for them. Lovely day for it. Bit of spring-like weekend. Threatened with snow this weekend, little flurries, but hasn't really materialised. We're all set for Leicester City women against Arsenal. If you've just joined us here at the King Power Stadium, it is Leicester City women against Arsenal women, and on paper it looks to be a carbon copy of last weekend's drubbing for Leicester against Chelsea, or if not that bad, then a repeat of Arsenal's 4-0 win against Leicester earlier on in the season, when Jordan Robbs, Vivian Miedemar and 2 goals for Marnham put pay to Leicester City that day. 6 clean sheets in a row for Arsenal against newly promoted sides. 18 wins and 2 draws in the last 20 games against newly promoted sides. They are very much the favourite for this, with the likes of Miedemar and Blackstenius, the Swedish international goal scorer and captain forward of Australian Beth Mead, fit to play again, and the Scottish wonderfully creative midfield player in Kim Little. Leah Williamson at the back, though she scored an own goal in the week in the Champions League. One of Europe's finest young defenders coming through, and they should have too much for Leicester City, but you never know. Leicester City fans will have their dreams. Little shot there of 18-year-old Missy Goodwin going through. Big day for her as she starts for Leicester City for the first time. Well, the two teams will line up for the pre-match protocol. You can hear the hunting horn, always played here for Leicester City matches, men's games and women's games. And Arsenal always have their travelling supporters. Well, Leicester City really boosted by Ashley Plumtree passing her concussion protocol test in time to train yesterday, having gone off against Chelsea, as I said earlier, colliding with the post. 2 changes from the 9-0. Sophie Barker back to captain the side, and the former Birmingham and Aston Villa youngster Goodwin gets her full debut after 3 substitutes appearances. Georgia Braun goes to the bench. Molly Pike was injured against Chelsea. Abby McManus is still missing, injured. 4 changes for the Arsenal from the Champions League defeat at Wolfsburg. Beth Mead and Leah Valti are fit to return, crucially. Laura Wienreiter and Caitlin Ford are back in the side. Miedemar will drop deeper then to allow that front 3 of Mead, Blackstenius and Ford. Maritz, Catley, Marnham and Heath go to the bench. Arsenal players in the huddle, and they have such glittering stars in their lineup, and they have the bigger budget. And Leicester City are in their first season in WSL. They founded in 2004, 4 quick promotions to the Women's Premier League North. They came into the WSL Championship for 18-19, bought by King Power in 2020, the parent owners, of course, and won the WSL 2 title in 2021. We're nearly ready to go. Very quiet stadium. Arsenal simply can afford no slip-ups in any game from here on in. There's the referee, Rebecca Walsh, who's taken, 14 men's games this season. And the referee at Morecambe against Oxford, I think it is, on Tuesday night. A breakthrough season for her and women's referees. We're in to the business end of the season as the players of both sides take the knee to generous applause in the battle against racism and all social injustice. Leicester City kick us off and underway in the blue and white against Arsenal in the change of pale yellow. And here today at Everton, at home to Villa and away at West Ham United, Arsenal cannot afford to drop points. The game against Spurs has to be rearranged as well and has to be won. As for City, from here on in, you'd have thought it's a learning curve for them to pick up 1 or 2 points here and there between now and the end of the campaign. Survival their main aim this season. They've got a game against Reading at home to come, and trips to Manchester City and to Spurs, and they have a free kick here for the little foul on Sam Tierney. Important for Arsenal that Leah Valti is back, has played a big part of this season, was crucially missed against Wolfsburg, I felt. Here's Lotte Ruben Moy. She's come into the side again recently in the absence of Rafael, the Brazilian, who impressed before she was injured. And Katie McKay, adept at left back, left wing, right hand side as well. Ford, and that's the first attempt and the first goal, and Arsenal have taken just 90 seconds to score it. Lovely ball in and a fine finish by Beth Mead, and it's another grisly start for Leicester City. Opened up in the first attack of the game. It took Chelsea 3 minutes to get the first of their 9. It's taken Arsenal 90 seconds. Ford in, Mead with the finish. And Thomas Purfield never really got close enough to it. 1-0 Arsenal. goalkeeper Demi Lambourne had no chance. Mead back in the side after missing the trip to Germany in the week. Gets her 4th in 5 games. And that's an old refrain you're hearing. And Leicester City have got a problem here for Demi Lambourne as well. This would be a major blow to them if they lose their goalkeeper at this stage. Only appointed this season. Never just putting shin guards on now, is she? Have to start with some sort of shin protection, rules of the game. Lydia Bedford, contract to the end of the season. For pro licence 2019. The side has conceded at over 2.6 goals a game now. "33 goals conceded in open play this season, Leicester City. No side has conceded more. And Arsenal all smiles. Good run by Ford. Fine cutback. You have to get across your striker and block the attempted shot, and it didn't happen. What a great start for Leicester, all for Gemma Purfield, who was sent off in the game at Arsenal early this season. McCabe will take the throw. Let's still try and get a toehold in the game now, I guess. There's a bright burst by Shannon O'Brien. Got the Leicester City fans on their feet. A lot more of them have come into the stadium now from the concourse area. A bit of a slip there. As Stennis went to close on the goalkeeper. Being outnumbered in midfield already, Leicester. Volti, Mead, there's the switch. Looking for Ford. Handball, I would think, by her. Referee said no. Ruben Moy. Missy Goodwin has come in for her full debut on the right-hand side. And they've got two forwards, it would seem. Right up. They'll get forward for Arsenal on their right. She's been swapping starts with Maritz in the right side defensive position. Back here by Natasha Flint. O'Brien with a further forward role than usual with Natasha Flint. So it is more of a 4-4-2 for Leicester today. Here's McCabe, still going, and comes back to Ford. And Leicester really can't get it high enough up the pitch to relieve any sort of pressure. Ford the ball in, looking for Mead, brought it down. Oh, is that a hand? It's just a corner, no appeals from Arsenal's point of view. For a minute, that might just have... No, it hit a flush on the face, Gemma Purfield. Doncaster Bell's player, went out to USA, to college out there in South Alabama, and then on to Arizona State, where she played for the Sun Devils university team. She was Fresher of the Year out there. A good spell out in the USA, as so many of the young WSL players have over the years. Arsenal with the first corner, testing to the far post, and the header just relieves the pressure. The goal kick came off Miedemar last, said the referee. I think she's changed her mind now. Esme de Graaf was there, Dutch international, right wing back. Was at West Ham, you remember, for a couple of years. Leicester with everyone back. And scrambled away. Well, they did leave the one up. Little. Arsenal making the pitch big, making Leicester work very, very hard. I don't think another goal is far away. Blackstenius. Williamson. Give and go attempted. Veenreuter and Ford, who's gone away to the right-hand side now, switched with Mead. And just too high for Stina Blackstenius, who's made a good start to WSL life, brought in by Jonas Eidevall. 5 goals she's scored in her 9 games for Arsenal, the Swedish international. Olympic silver medalist. Captain Ford, she had a good run in the Olympics with Australia. Just missed out on the medals. One of the things Leicester have worked on this week, Lydia Bedford was saying, is trying to stay in a game longer than they did last week when they were absolutely destroyed early on. That's a good challenge this time. Well played by Ashley Plumtree, so important to them. Mead tried to bring it down. Steered away by Fred Gregory. What's it? Ruben Moy, England international. Could have played for the Netherlands. Veenreuter, the Austrian international right back. And Mead. Miedemar is not holding in a deeper position at all really today. She's up there and Arsenal virtually have a front 4. It's well played. Stabbed out in the middle by Plumtree. Balti to Miedemar. They're all over them here, Arsenal. Ford. She's going for goal there, I think. Miscued it. 13th start this season for the Asian Player of the Year of 2016. Huge experience. Again, 3 World Cup finals with Australia. It's good to see that the parent club has backed women's football at Leicester, but the resources don't compare with the likes of Arsenal and Manchester City and Chelsea, Manchester United, even Tottenham now. Miedemar nearly in. Santini got back at her. Gregory to O'Brien. Gregory couldn't get away. Here's Ireland's Katie McCabe. Blackstenius with the run. Now watch the movement of Miedemar in the middle. Put away by Plumtree. Tierney got the foot in there for Leicester to loop it away up towards Natasha Flint. And Brown says the referee, O'Brien, she was fouled. Yellow card for Ruben Moy. She thinks she got something of the ball. I think she did. From that angle. She's fluent in Dutch. England under-17 captain in her time. Very good netball player. Good athlete, 800-metre runner. Dad is from the Netherlands, mum's English. Even if they can get back into the game, they will need Shannon O'Brien perhaps to come up with something. She's missed only 2 league games this season. Has been important for them. Perfield with the free kick forward. Covering all the way back was Natasha Flint. And she's there again. Just rolls it one side of Kim Little and darts the other. And De Graaf. Showing Missy Goodwin. Made a debut against Sheffield United back in November in the Continental Cup. Big step up for her. Williamson, Beanreiter, returned by Blackstenius, out by De Graaf. Oh, it was Sophie Howard who got that out. Plumtree. Howard is there on the edge of the penalty area, cleared by Tammy Lambourne. Another foul, conceded by Arsenal, this time by Katie McCabe. And another yellow. The team currently top of the table again, as it stands. It's only for a little while. She rushed in there, didn't she? Not very well timed. Very good player for Arsenal, Katie McCabe, since she joined from Shelbourne Ladies, where she was a title winner in Ireland. She turned down Glasgow City, turned down Manchester City, I believe, to join the Arsenal. Sent off this season against Manchester United, I think it was, at home. Here's Sophie Howard. Tierney. Howard, German under-20 international, born in Germany, but a full Scottish international. Not international class football, that though, by Leicester. Here's Ford. Just opened the left foot up a little bit too much there. So got the angle wrong on the cross. Angle of the boot there, you see, dug down on it. They're right up against it again. Leicester, but they're consolidated. Still 0-0, by the way, Manchester United against Brighton, approaching half-time. Here's a free kick for Arsenal. Just kicked Beth Mead. Arsenal with 62% of possession so far. Ruben Moy. At this stage last week, Chelsea were 4 to the good. Miedema. The cross in against Sam Tierney. Needs to stop those crosses. At source. Could be a rare touch of the ball here for Manuela Zinsberger. Good switch. Ford causing problems on the left. McCabe behind her. And that's a corner kick. A slight touch off De Graaf. Pinged in low, there was the run to the near post, not quite away, and Williamson swept a foot, deflection carries it over. Well, they're playing with smiles. Team that went out of the Champions League on Thursday, they've got over it very quickly. Good opponents for them here today. That's headed away, will come back almost to meet him up. Just put off, good challenge by Shannon O'Brien. Just did enough there, O'Brien. No foul on Williamson. On Beth Mead, I should say. Flint was too strong. Here's Leah Williamson, approaching 200 games now. To the club of her dreams. Family are all big Arsenal fans, season ticket holders. Ruben Moy drove that wide to Veenreiter. She was signed from Hoffenheim on the back of her displays against Arsenal in Europe. Joined in January. Here's McCabe. Been there 5 years now. I thought she was fouled by De Graaf. Tough ask for young Missy Goodwin down here with the light blue boots in her full debut, needing to protect Esme De Graaf from Ford and McCabe. Certainly a game for Arsenal to boost their goal difference. Here's Little. And Leicester far more resolute and resilient than they were last week when they went to pieces early on. Good shape, probably better I think for them, 4-4-2. Cross comes in from McCabe, and that's another corner. The 4-4-2, you can double up on Arsenal's wide players. In comes the cross. Meet him up. Good stop. Strong hands from Demi Lambourne. Poised, hovering. Might have been creeping wide anyway. They'll score from one of these surely soon. Decent header out by Howard, I think it was. Pressure immediately comes back on Leicester. Mead swaps passes with Ford. Give and go looking for Blackstenius. Valti dropping in between the two centre-backs. Here's Ford. And McCabe. Look at the 5 Arsenal players on the fringe of the penalty area. One of them dispossessed. De Graaf got something on it. Mead in the penalty area looking for Blackstenius, who lost her bearings a little bit. De Graaf can't loiter like that. Ford's had a bright start to the game. And we'll get a second chance here. And that's a foul right on the edge of the penalty area. Find Shannon O'Brien. Oh, I'm not too sure she did anything wrong. So we look for this angle here. Puts her foot on the ball, and Ford goes over her knee. There's nothing wrong with Shannon O'Brien's challenge there. Should be dismayed by that, the England under-23 international. McCabe stands over it, but it's going to be Beth Mead, I would think, to hit it. And it is, it's deflected just wide, only just. Very nearly her second of the game. Big deflection off O'Brien, who broke from the wall. 6 corners now for Arsenal. And McCabe in swinger forward at the far stick. Blackstenius at the near. It's between the two of them. Vital head on that. Sophie Howard got something of it. They just can't get out, Leicester. It's nicked it away from Kim Little. It's important for Leicester that they sort out Lydia Bedford's long-term future so that she can plan for next season who she wants to bring into the club, which players will be allowed to go. Well, WSL players, despite the improvements, and I'm not talking about top-end players, Champions League chasing sides and whatnot, but down the other end are on short-term contracts. This is an opportunity here for Miedemar, good stop. Mead did well, blocked in there by Plumtree. Arsenal pressing again. Ford, near post, parried once again. Well, the first save from Lambourne to thwart Miedemar was an excellent save, because I think she was going the wrong way and stuck out her leg to block. "25 minutes gone, just the one goal in it, despite all of Arsenal's pressure." Ford. Out by Plumtree. Just to give you some idea of the improvement by Leicester, they were 5-0 down against Chelsea after 28 minutes last week. Arsenal scored a first half goal for the 8th game in a row, and they might have had more. Good stop by the keeper, that. Saw it late from behind Sophie Howard to readjust. Miedemar's future needs to be firmed up as well, of course. Leon have been suitors for her for a long time, but the Spanish clubs have come to the fore now in European football. Bainwrighter. Here's Mead, spotting the run of Blackstenius in behind. And Demi Lambourne was alert. 1-0 still. A good start, Kathleen Ford. Williamson. To Ruben Moy. Kim Little. And McKay with a lot of freedom. And Missy Goodwin got back in the end. And a baptism of fire for her. Williamson. He's staying out wide there. Sophie Barker is scuttling across in the heart of that midfield, like organising Leicester with the blue boots. But they can't get it away again. Miedema behind me. Leicester just sitting in there. And this is what their coach wanted to see. A team that would press in the right areas. Deny Arsenal space in the final third. And still be in the game. They've conceded a lot of goals lately, and at the start of the season, of course, they lost their first, 9 in all competitions, before beating Durham away in the Continental Cup. First league win came against Birmingham City. But those back-to-back wins again against Birmingham and against West Ham here really cemented their place in WSL football for next season again. Maybe with that in mind, one or two players lost their focus, and then the heavy defeats came of late. Being Reuter behind the back. Fantastic player she's been over the years, Kim Little. Right up there in the top 5 of WSL history for a number of goals and assists. Mead. Miedema tried the little back heel too. It was well read by Sophie Howard. Miedema went for the near post, hit the near post. So close to goal 20 this season. The goalkeeper might have got a touch on that, in which case it was a splendid save by Demi Lambourne. And a second good save of the game. Let's see. Turned into space, allowed to turn into space. She did get just a finger on it, I think. Yeah, just glanced it onto the post. One game shy of 50 now for Leicester is the Oxford-born goalkeeper. Half an hour played. Well, that's the sort of ball into the penalty area that would suggest Arsenal are getting a little bit frustrated they haven't added to the one goal. Shouldn't be allowed to turn in like that, Miedema. They allowed her to get the shot away, and it was so close to a second. Arsenal throw. Ruben Moy, Williamson. Reuter. She's going for goal with a weaker left foot. Only got one for Hoffenheim in her 3.5 years there. Flint with a little bit of pressure there on Williamson. Strong player is Natasha Flint in terms of physicality, the former Manchester United centre of excellence player, Manchester City Continental Cup winner. And spells at lower clubs before she really hit the grade again at Blackburn. She scored 70 goals in 66 games for Blackburn. Had a good promotion campaign last time around. Williamson. Extenius. Run Plumtree got the last touch. It's a corner kick. Absolutely vital for Leicester that Ashley Plumtree was fit today. It's a winning mentality. She won the national title with the University of South Carolina Trojans in the USA and with the LA Galaxy in women's senior football over there. High hoist looking for Ruben Moy. Headed away by Plumtree to Kim Little. Valti. Zinsberger just happy to be able to do something, I think. There's Valti, the Swiss international. Very good signing from Potsdam. And Valti will just sit in there and allow the more creative players like Kim Little to play off her. Sophie Howard qualifies to play for Scotland, by the way. Her granddad was Scottish. All about the legacy. You hear it spoken so often, trying to get young girls, young women into women's football. Open up pathways for them. We see these players like Kim Little, what a role model she is, by the way. Williamson. Blocked by Plumtree. All dispossessed too easily there by Miedema. The shot was blocked by Howard. Just becoming less cautious, Leicester, having stayed in the game for 35 minutes. And here's O'Brien. She can be creative. The shot was blocked by Vinreuter, and Leicester have their first corner. First time we've seen anything like an effort on goal. And she maintained high concentration levels, Manuela Zinsberger. Missy Goodwin in the mix. No challenge on Zinsberger. Ruben Moy. Arsenal with the freedom to get so many players forward, but Leicester City have been disciplined back there. They've been troubled on their right-hand side, but that's better work from Missy Goodwin defending. Good touch by Ruben Moy. And Williamson. They can bring it out of defence because Leicester dropped back so deep. Mead, whose goal separates the sides. Little back to her. And she's hauled to the ground by Sam Tierney. Foul by the former Doncaster and Sheffield United player. Used her arm. Fall was a bit exaggerated. Blowing quite hard, some of the Leicester players. Also got to remember that the Arsenal players have been full-time professionals for a lot longer. She gets a yellow card. Captain Sophie Barker has a word with Demi Lambourne. Is she happy the wall's been lined up okay? McCabe with it. Drilled into the wall, they hurled firm as well. Delicate second prod of the pass into the penalty area. Now's a chance to break. No. Ringright's clearance turned into a shot. You see Goodwin, I think, winded by the free kick that hit her. Right in the tummy. England youth player. What an afternoon for her. She's only 18. A few minutes. Given her first start here today by Lydia Bedford, whose team has yet to draw a WSL game this season. The only team that hasn't picked up a single point in a game. Ringrigh, Mead, one of the best of passes. Down by De Graaf. Tierney. Gets me De Graaf. And Barker. Another former Doncaster Bells player, Sheffield player. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Well, when Arsenal took that lead so early on through Beth Mead, you expected the worst to happen. And all credit to Leicester that they haven't allowed it to happen. Real positives in this for them. And frustration for Arsenal, they haven't extended the lead. Perfield will take it. And the Bristol City player, Liverpool player. Mead underneath. So too was Miedemar. Struck out by Valti, held up by Blackstenius very well. Here's Kim Little. Forward is breaking to the left. Little, typical drive from her. And the weight of pass, perfect. Can Ford finish it? She can't, because Demi Lambourne once again has rescued Leicester. She's had a fine first half, the Leicester City goalkeeper. Brilliant play by Kim Little. Looking right, looking left. Lovely pass. And Colin Ford's first touch let her down. Couldn't clear her feet. The combination of the goalkeeper and Sophie Howard rushing back stopped her. Played in low and flat, should be cleared. Perfield got hurt in there. Just got caught there by Leah Williamson, I think it was. Bright young coach. He deserves to have her future resolved. In some ways, their season turned with the cup win at Spurs, extra time 3-1, they won it. Hammered by Chelsea, mind you, in the next round 7-0, but gave them confidence, that Spurs win, you know. They went on to beat Birmingham away and West Ham at home in subsequent WSL games. Here's Ford. Again, tried to turn it in. And out by the captain of Leicester City, Sophie Barker. Volti. Now Ford. Too much space there really for it. Barker got back, rolls to Ford again. Miedema's in support. Further back up the line is McCabe. Miedema wants to feet so she can roll in from that position, maybe have another shot. Mead dummied so the ball would run across her body. She could perhaps get a shot in the end, though it's cleared by Perfield. And the pass to Blackstenius had too much weight. She had a very good half, the goalkeeper. She kept the score down to the 1, could have been 3 or 4. 73% possession from Arsenal's point of view, 14 efforts, 5 on target. But it's only 1-0 on the big screen. Firmly won there by Miedema. She's got a clump on her head as well. Blackstenius. Good defending by Plumtree. Into those 2 minutes now. McCabe disappointed with herself. Normally so reliable with her left foot delivery into the box. Popped up with goals this season as well. But the only player starting for Arsenal outfield today who hasn't found the back of the net for them is Lauren Veenroy to the right back. Good travelling supporters. A great Arsenal set up the women's football since Vic Akers created the team in 1987 and did so many great things with Arsenal women. Champions of the land 15 times. A little bit of pressure on them here. Little. Now Ford has got away perhaps. In comes the cover from Sophie Howard. Flint. Just got it away in time. Ford has kept that ball in play. Velty. Miedema. Will look wide right for Beth Mead. I think she was looking for Blackstenius in the middle. She'd seen Miedema making the run. Half-time at the King Power, and but for Demi Lambourne, Arsenal would have been in a more comfortable position, leading with the goal from Beth Mead after 1 3/4 minutes. They've come close so many times since. Good save to deny Ford, and Miedema just touched the Miedema effort onto the post with one of those efforts. Arsenal well in command, totally in command of possession. More shots on goal